Good evening, everybody, and it's truly humbling to be standing here in front of you. I go back in my history to when I was a young boy and the teachings that my parents, I got my brother, two brothers, and my sister-in-laws, and my sister and her husband back there. They're way older than me. But the teachings they gave us were very simple. Our mother was a very devout Christian, and our father very strong in the cultural side and the knowledge that he had. So between the two, we got, I was fortunate not having to go to residential school. I went to day school. But my older siblings there, they all ended up going. And our father had a stroke very young. I think he was around 45, 46. So I was very young, about 6, 7, somewhere in that neighborhood. So I was very lucky to be the recipient of the kind of things that he wanted to pass on. So I always say in our communities, we've done a lot of work for our families who are in mourning and sorrow, that when the teachings are coming out, especially to our young people, you hear through here. You process it through here. Whatever becomes your truth lands up in your heart. That's what you teach your children, your grandchildren, and anybody who will actually even listen to you. The important things that we need to share amongst ourselves. I see a lot of non-natives here tonight, and thank you. You know, many of you maybe are working, hopefully with First Nations, and trying to better the lot of our collective peoples. For it's a long road, it's a long, hard road for our people to take our rightful place within our traditional territories. That was my words to the young leaders that I had fortune to work with, Suk Yo, Chief Ian Campbell, who's here. Sitocton, Chris Lewis, my niece, Kwalawak, Carla, and many others that we have to understand where we come from, and we've all heard this to know where we're going. I kind of got pushed along in the organization. I'd never, ever attempted to secure power, because that just wasn't how I was raised. That if you earn what you get, whatever you call it, power, recognition, there's a lot of different terms for that. But it's by identifying the good things in people. I guess we could all say there's many people in this life that we totally dislike or hate, whatever. I just choose to look at it this way. I love all my people, all the Squamish people. I just love some a lot less than others. But I still love them all. So our late mother said, son, she says, you got one thing that you'll never, ever run out of. I said, what's that, Mom? She said, love. You give it to everybody you can, and you'll get it back in some form or fashion. Maybe not from that person, but from maybe one of their family. I've been so fortunate, only because of the tragedy in our community. Our late Chief Chetokhanum's, Chief Joe Mathias, passed. And not too long before that, he asked me to join him in the land claims office. So upon his demise, which is just a huge tragedy for all First Nations peoples, not just our people, because he belonged to all of the people of this country, whatever color you were, whatever race, because he preached good things. That upon his passing, I inherited files like the bid process for the 2010 Olympic and Paralympic Games. And I'm not going to take full credit because there's no leader in this country who can handle the kind of portfolio that we've run through in the last 15 years. Some of the people I'd mentioned already, but I have some of my former staff here. I'd like to ask you all to stand up because these are the people that do all the work. Me, I'd just like to stay at 30,000 feet, and if somebody needs to get crapped on, I can hit them from that high. But my former staff is sitting over on my left side over here. Could you all stand up, please? Thank you. I'm truly appreciative of the quality and the quantity of work that they've done on behalf of our small department for membership of our community. The Trades Training Center, truly awesome. We have a number of our staff here from the Trades Training, and my belief is that the shining stars in our communities, which we all have, my being on council for 32 years, I never seen them. I wonder, who are they? Who are the shining stars in our community? How come they're not here? It's only because the ones who wanted something from council attended. But the ones who self-motivated, pushed themselves to be successful is the ones you never seen. So for those young people, let's take heed of them as a people, for we need them. The future generations, when you talk about reconciliation, what is that? How long is it going to take to get there? I've heard this buzz phrase for a lot of years. You know what? I said to myself, this could take another 3 or 4 generations. If we can take control of our fiscal directions and creating the kind of resources necessary to ensure that as we move forward, that our people won't want for anything. We've started some of our own small schools. We've done a whole bunch of different things that I'm very proud of. I don't know if we're still there, but we have 2 marinas, which were the largest non-commercial marina entities on the west coast of this country. I think we had something like 2,500 boats, slips. Our marinas we're branching out. We're also in vertical hydroponics, not growing what probably you're all thinking about right now. But that's coming, though. I'm retired now. I retired on my 66th birthday on September 13th, and I found out about this award officially on September 12th. I was pretty astonished by that, and so I've been waffling for a long time about retiring. I told myself, you're the greatest procrastinator there is. So I said, I got to put a date to this. So September 13th, when I turned 66, I pulled a pin. And, people say, well, how do you feel now? I said, oh, really great. We got 4,000 people. So I tell them, well, I got 8,000 feet off my back now. I seen one of the Chilcotin chiefs when I was supporting another elected leader from a different community, and he said, "Oh, I see you didn't get back in to council again." I said, "Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that too." Yeah. And he says, "Oh, I see you still got all those arrows in your back yet." And I said, "Oh yeah, there's enough of them in there now that it's like a shield. No room for new ones." And he says, "Well, do you know what that means, all those arrows in your back?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, at least you know your people are behind you." But being honored here tonight, I won't keep you much longer. I know it's been a long evening. Always in my mind, if there's a will, there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. Never give up. Never give up on what you're attempting to do. For if you give up, there will be nobody with a success that will be able to share it with the ones coming behind, and that's what we're all about. You know, people say, "Oh, you're an elder now," and you know, I don't feel like it. Oh, is that Dale or you're at the wrong arena there, bro? But never give up. And you know, from the history of people that I've lost, we've lost, both of our parents are gone now. We've lost 2 sisters in 6 months of brain aneurysms, and we lost a lot of people, our late granddaughter or son. And my closing comments to you are going to be this: don't ever pass up the opportunity to tell your loved ones that you love them. Never. Because I have a lot left to give tonight, I love you all. Have a great time. Thank you. Hoitje.